All right, everyone, and welcome to tarot class. Yay, I see people in here already. So, welcome guys, and I appreciate you guys being in here. So, today is going to be we're going to be doing quite a bit today. Okay, this is really like if you're really wanting to get your tarot knowledge on, today is the day, okay? Things are going to run a little bit differently. We're going to have, instead of the lesson and then the exercises, we're actually going to have like segments with lesson, and then we'll stop, do exercise, and we'll do that for about 5 cards. Okay, so it's going to run a little different. There's a lot to go over. So I want to go ahead, welcome everybody first, and then just start to dive in. So having said that, right off the bat, I want to say, okay, so what we're doing today, everybody, is the aces. Okay, we're diving into the minor arcana. Okay, so we're starting with the aces and then going to the fives. Okay, so for instance, but then as you guys know, if you're in the other tarot class, we have 4 suits. We have 4 different suits in the minor. Okay, so we have pentacles, cups, swords, and wands. Okay, so you should have 4 of every one up into the 5. Okay, so you should have 4 of the aces. You're going to have 4 of the 2s, 2 of pentacles, 2 of wands, 2 of cups, 2 of swords, and then so on and so on with the 3 of wands. Oh, wait, hold on, I got that one. No. Yep, that's right. Okay, so 3 of wands, 3 of pentacles, 3 of cups, and 3 of swords, and then we'll have the 4 of cups, the 4 of pentacles, the 4 of swords, the 4 of wands, 5 of swords, 5 of cups, 5 of pentacles, and 5 of wands. Okay, so that's how we're going to be breaking it down. We're going to start with the aces, and then we'll go to the 2s. Now in tarot, just a little FYI, you could consider the ace like a 0 or a 1, okay, because it goes from the ace to the 2, okay, it hops, so there is no 1. So again, that's going to be ace, or it's going to be all your aces, all your 2s, all your 3s, all your 4s, and all your 5s. So go ahead and separate those out now, pretty please, if you will, okay? And then having said that, let me say hello to everybody. I'm so excited. Oh, you guys, please hit that like button too while you're here. I would really, really appreciate it. Rick, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. How are you? Everyone's getting their decks ready. Aces, deuces. Yep, there you go. Perfect. Good job, Dark. Thank you. Like number 4. Hello, Rhonda. How are you? And if you're someone who doesn't have a deck, I try to, I make my slides to where you can see the cards, in the slides that we're going over. That way you can become familiar with them, even if you don't have a deck yet, okay? Hello, Mousy. Welcome. John D, it's really good to see you here, lovey. And Juju B, how are you, Juju? Good to see you. Hello, Darth again. Suman, good to see you. Yep. Good job. Lady Autumn Sky, how are you? Welcome. And Andrea, Andrea, welcome. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Yes, look, good call. Good call, you knew it. You were in my head for that one. Good job. Cat Ninja, welcome. Melissa, I'm behind. I had a disaster. Oh my gosh, you did, Mel? No. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Tell me how far behind you are. We haven't started yet, so you're good right now, okay? Just like yes, you actually could use a regular deck of cards if you wanted. However, you're not going to really see the symbolism, but that's okay. And like I said, I try to make these slides, no matter what, you'll see the images of each card we're going over. So there's that as well, okay? These slides, I'm telling you, y'all, they took forever today. I was like, shit, this is a lot of shit. I was like, this is a lot of shit. Like, I didn't realize how much knowledge I have in my noggin about all this. Yeah, Ace to 5, John D. Just popping in to say hi. You don't have to have cards. You can stay, like I said, because I do a PowerPoint presentation. Every time I do this, the lesson, so you don't even have to have your cards, okay? You can just follow along. And then for the exercises, when we pull cards, if you just type in the chat, can you pull a card for me? And I'll do the mixing up and I'll pull a card for you with the exercise part, okay? All right, guys. Like I said, we got a lot to cover today. Like, we're really going deep. So I hope everybody's ready, paying attention. It's with their A game, man. I want to see you guys with the A game. Any questions, though, you guys, go ahead and type in the chat. That's totally what this is all about. Have fun. But like I said, if you're really wanting to learn this and retain it, we're going deep today. This really is the deep dive. Darth has really been waiting to get to the minors because that's the bulk of the deck, of course. So, but everybody in the chat, give me a thumbs up if you're ready. I'm going to get my slideshow together. And then I'm going to get my life together. Ha! All right, hold on. But yes, give me a thumbs up if everybody's ready. And let me get my... Oh, looky!
Oh,
Yay!
I'm gonna have to mute the stream
We're
real
able
quick.
to make it.
Yes, I am. I wouldn't miss it. And since
I
we're gonna be
know.
doing the format differently this time, I figured I might as well just put myself in the back room, and you'll bring me up when you're ready to have me. Hello,
Yep.
class. How are you guys doing?
Everybody, this is Darth. If you don't know Darth, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Darth Hideous, Tarot Apprentice to the Tarot Master, Clumsy Clairvoyance. Everybody here, I think, knows me, and if they don't know me, they're not in chat. So that's me. I'm just learning. This is the whole little segment. This tarot class was partially my idea, even though Clumsy had said she wanted to do something like this. I was like, well, I would love to learn my new deck because I got a tarot deck and don't know much about tarot.
Mm-hmm.
And I
And the
figured other
minor
people,
is the bulk. The minor
yes,
is the bulk. So that's why I said
mine
we
is
are going
the
to.
vast majority of the deck.
The good thing is, though, we have gone over the court cards already, and those are included with the minors as well. So we don't have to
Well,
re-go over that. So that's like one little head start we have on that. So having said that, this is going to be good because it's going to be a lot to go over. Let me pull up my PowerPoint thing, and we'll get started. Everybody has their stuff. It looks like Mel's got her stuff together. You got it, Mel? She said she thinks she got them all separated.
one of
Whoop,
these days,
whoop.
I'm going to get a camera set up like you've got so that when we do these exercises together, they can see on my screen what I've got going on as well.
Right?
But today is not
That's
that
actually
day.
that. You don't have. I told you I'd send you a camera. Remember that one day? I
Oh,
told
yeah,
you.
you did. And I
I have a
said
spare one.
I think I have one, but turns out after doing significant amount of searching, I do not. I can acquire one. They're not hyper expensive. I'm just hyper, well, busy and lazy at the same time. Like, spend way too much time on the internet.
All right, so I'm gonna take us. Should I take us off? Yeah, I guess I should, huh?
I mean, probably
For
for
a
the
little
best,
bit. Yep. Okay.
so
All
people
right. So
can read it.
everybody is good to go now. All right. So the minor arcana. We're doing the aces through the fives, like we just went over. Okay. What is the minor arcana? Okay, so here's some basics, everyone. What to know about the minors. There's 56 cards total. They're divided by suit, which is wands, pentacles, swords, and cups, okay? Aces to 10, that's court card, and the court cards are also included with the minors, like we were just talking about. Um, they're really known to represent day-to-day events and temporary conditions. Okay, while the major arcana, they call it the major arcana for the reason, seems to have a bit more weight or heaviness, or is more pertinent. Okay. However, these could be just as important. And like I said, it's the bulk of the cards, but this is just a way for you to kind of see them in an everyday, capacity. These are known to represent every day-to-day things, temporary conditions, etc. So that's just a little bit of the basics about the minor arcanas. Now we're about to dive in. Okay, so the minor arcana, part one, aces through fives. Okay, everybody, so take out your aces. If you have your cards, your tarot cards, I want you to take them out, please. You're going to take out your ace of cups, your ace of pentacles, your ace of swords. What, did you miss one?
I noticed an error in your PowerPoint. It says Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles,
I
Ace of
know.
Swords,
I see it too.
Ace of Cups again.
Hold on, where? Where's it at?
At the very end and beginning, you have the Ace of Cups twice instead of the Ace of Wands at the end.
Oh my gosh, I did it right here too.
Oh dear.
OMG, look at that. Hot mess. Okay, guys, there is an Ace of Wands in there.
Yes, and there are not two Aces of Cups. So if you're looking for your
There's
second
not.
Ace of Cups, yeah,
you're not. Look, and I put it right here too. It's like I copied myself. Look,
wow.
look, what a weirdie. How embarrassing. No, just kidding. Guys, there is an Ace of Wands. So if you can, imagine in your head where the second Ace of Cups is an Ace of Wands. It's just a stick. It's holding pretty much. No pun intended. But okay, it's not even a typo. It's like I even did the card in there.
I see that. Like
I'm telling you, this was like I was like intensive today. I had so much stuff I was trying to cram into each one. So yeah, there's not two Ace of Cups. So this should be the Ace of Wands all the way to the right. So having said that, just pretend this is a stick. That's what she said, right? Okay. And if you want to see it, actually, hold on, let me do this.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Because I want to show everybody the actual card. That way they can see it. So this is your actual Ace of Wands. Okay, hold on, let me. Actually, it was just put up on my thing too. How funny is that?
Yeah,
it was just on my easel.
Yep. If you want, you can go ahead and bigger. Pop yourself to. Yep, there you go. Gotta love the different layouts you can use for StreamYards.
So that is the Ace of Wands, guys. That was my boo-boo. So it's the Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, and Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so if you have all your aces, go ahead and take them out now. And I actually, if you are someone who does have the tarot cards, okay, or if you're just looking at this photo and the slideshow, I want to ask you guys, what do you notice between all four cards? What do you notice that's in every single card?
I know the answer to this, so I'm not gonna.
You know the answer? Okay,
yes,
so please type it in the chat. Yeah, type it in the chat if you see the commonality between all four cards. There's something that's in all four of them. No. John D. Keep guessing it though. Keep going. I want to see if someone gets it. John D's really good though at picking up the colors.
I think John D actually knows the answer. I think he's just being a little silly.
The hand? Yes. And there's one more thing. There's actually two. Huh,
I think I know what you're getting at specifically.
Hold on, I think someone might have gotten it. Hold on. Bye, guys. Wish I could say, okay, bye, Lady Autumn. Thank you for being here. I don't have my glasses, but the clouds. Yes, who said clouds? Good job. I think that Mel might have said it too. Yes. So just an FYI, the clouds actually represent spirit. So just thought I'd let you know that. But yes, there's two things that they share in each one. Now, moving on. Okay.
That's interesting because in my deck, all the animations, because I have the cartoon style deck, are clouds except for the Ace of Cups, which is a cup. But one other thing that they all have in common is you'll only see like one cup, one pentacle, one sword, and one wand in these particular four cards. And as they go up, like you will see with each progressing number, more and more of that symbol, that
Yes,
suit.
yeah. It's always
Like
in there.
like in a regular deck of playing cards, actually.
Exactly. Okay, my cards. The background is a normal blue sky yellow. Oh, that's probably because yours is Are
The
you using
bun
the bun
that
bun cards? It's probably because she's using the bun bun cards.
yes, I think Melissa Jane uses the bun bun deck.
The bun bun. Okay, so let's talk about some commonalities with the aces. What do the aces represent in general? Okay, in general, and it's not limited to just this. Okay, here's just a few things: beginnings, spark or potential new cycles, purity of the suit, renewal, and positive trends. Okay, aces are where it's at. I mean, aces
Yep.
are really, really great to have. If you have two aces in a reading, it's considered good luck. So aces really are awesome. And then the ace of pentacles in particular is actually considered the luckiest card in the deck to some master readers. So just a little FYI. Okay, and we went over this. Tell me something you could identify. And okay, we went over the cloud thing in the hand. All right,
Yep.
so again, the aces represent, and it makes sense too. Like I said, if you think of it as a 0 or 1, beginnings, a spark, a new cycle,
Yeah.
renewal, positive trends. So as we're doing all this, try to connect it. All right.
That
Now,
is actually what I got off of was beginnings. When I was just looking through my deck before we even started this, it's like that was the energy I got. It's just like start of something, you know. So
mm-hmm,
that when that was the very first thing that was on your list, I was like, oh, that's awesome.
no, oh, that's awesome. Okay, so now is I'll take this off just in
Mm.
case anybody who doesn't have cards. Now we're gonna dive into the aces right away. We're doing a little mini exercise per group, okay? So we're gonna apply what we know about the aces and also the elements, okay? So remember
Mm.
we had that whole class on the elements in tarot, right? How the pentacles was
Right.
earth and cups was water, swords was air, and the wands is fire, and how we connected all that. So you're gonna take what we learned there and also what we're talking about today to start to get some familiarity and define the cards. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, you're going to take all your aces. So if you don't have aces, type me in the chat, like if you don't have a deck, and I will do this exercise for you. Okay, so you're just gonna, I know it's only 4 cards, but you're gonna blindly shuffle up your 4 cards and you're gonna ask a question for the aces. Okay, so this is your question. Hold on 1 second. John D has something. Does the fact that the two of the hands are facing left and two are facing right mean something? No, not that I'm aware of. The hand does have much symbolism in there as well. The clouds seem to have the most like spiritual reference, um, and it's supposed to kind of indicate like a blessing from heaven. But I don't believe the direction of the hand matters. I don't. Not that I've seen in all the stuff that I've gone through. And I feel like I know quite a bit even about the history of tarot at this point. So it could, but I don't think so. But I could be wrong. Okay, Cat Ninja. Okay, so I'm gonna mix the cards up. All right, so everybody take your aces. Like I said, I know it's only 4 cards. I'm gonna do Cat Ninjas. Okay, so Spirit, please come through for Cat Ninja. Which ace is needed most in Cat Ninja's life right now? And then everyone type in your answers in the chat. And look what you got. Look what you got. This is so funny. Our missing pal from earlier. You got the Ace of Wands. So, Cat Ninja, which ace is needed most for you in your life right now? Ace of Wands. Okay, so I'm doing a reading for you right now. What is needed in your life right now? I would say something that brings you passion, something that that's fun and you get excited about, and you're just like, ooh, I just can't wait. Things that just spark that life, spark that passion in you. That is what's needed most. It could be creativity, it could be a relationship. A lot of times it's a motivation, or, like a business, something creative, or something you just love doing, anything like that. So that's what's needed most in your life. New, renewed energy, too, even physical energy, I would say, and something that you want to wake up for every day. So there you go. Now everybody else, type what you got in the chat, and you're welcome. John D, that's what you got. Okay. Okay, so Mel, you got the Ace of Swords. Mel, I want to hear your interpretation. I'm gonna try to limit mine today. But if you're like, hey, I don't know, I got no clue, just tell me I have no clue, and I'll
Oh,
give you my
wow.
interpretation.
Do you remember who we were talking about yesterday?
Hey, it's Karen in Canada. I was just talking about you, like literally,
Yeah,
huh?
like
Wasn't
literally
I?
yesterday. Wondering where you've been. Hope you've been well.
Right? I literally was asking about you. Like literally. What a weirdy, huh?
Literally. Yep.
Okay, Mel. Okay, Mel, you got it. Okay, so Ace of Swords. That's what you got, right? Okay, so what do you need most? What do you need most of? Um, or what? Which ace do I need most for me in my life right now? Okay, so Ace of Swords. I would say you need a lot more open communication right now in your life, and I would even say you need to start talking to or opening up yourself to new endeavors in regards to communication and interacting as far as business goes, creative wise. You need to start opening yourself up more to more success, or for the ability for more success. And you got to do that by talking to people. But you need to be more open for communication, and new relationships. I think you need to be open to more new relationships in regards to like business and work and stuff like that. So there you go.
That's an interesting one.
What'd you get?
I got the Ace of Swords too, but
It feels different for
as
you, right?
as I was shuffling them when I pulled it, I actually pulled it in reverse because I just did a little wash shuffle right here in front of me, and it does feel a little different because it feels like I've been maybe over communicating, and I need to maybe take some space and just
Yes.
leave things be. Don't over talk it. You've said your piece, now
Choose
just
your
let it
words
rest.
wisely. Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes. Gotcha. Yep, I
that's
totally
exactly
agree.
how it felt. Although, to be frank, I think I need a little bit of every single ace. It was really hard. It
Right?
was really hard because I was trying to feel which one was the right one. It's like they all feel very powerful, but the Ace of Swords was actually like the one that spoke the most. So I was like, we're gonna grab this one.
Okay, so Mousy Girl, I pulled one for you because of your comment. Because she said she was doing,
Hmm. She
she didn't
does
want to get
not
her
want to
cards,
get
yeah,
food on her
on her deck.
card. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Okay, so I pulled for you the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, Mousy? So Ace of Pentacles, what do you need most of right now? I would say, Ace of Pentacles is really interesting because this could really, it could mean a few different things, but a lot of times it will mean, because it's all about stability, okay? This could mean you need a new home. Literally, sometimes it could be that. Sometimes it's about the blessing of a new job, a new career, new opportunity, but some type of new opportunity when it comes to either income, or a maybe even sometimes when we see the Ace of Pentacles, it's getting sometimes it's just like renovating your home, stuff like that. Um, but the Ace of Pentacles is considered the luckiest, so you could even say, "Hey, what you need right now is more luck." All right, let's see what else everybody has, and then we're gonna go on. I love the tiny easel. I knew you would. And Mel, look, yeah, I don't want to bother people with my stuff, especially when it comes to my YouTube thing. So that makes sense. I agree. I agree. All right, ready to go? Everybody? Darth, where'd you
I
go?
am.
You ready?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I was just
On
being
to the
quiet.
next. On to the next.
The
All right.
deuces.
time for twos. Hold on, let me make this bigger. Did I get all the twos right this time?
It does appear that you don't have them in the same order, but you have the cups, pentacles, wands, and
That's
swords.
fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
right.
Okay, so now it's time to pull out your twos. Go ahead and take your aces and put them to the side. Now it's time for twos. Now remember, it goes from aces to twos in the pentacle, okay? So now grab all your
One.
twos. You're going to grab.
An ace is a
Go.
one in a lot of interpretations, so.
I don't know how it could be a one because it would make more sense to be a zero. Just because
I mean, in tarot,
I guess
but.
I could see how someone would equate that.
Yep.
However, because we have the full in tarot already as a zero, that's why to me it reminds me of zero. But it could be either one. It could be either one. All right. So get your twos out, guys. So the two of pentacles, two of swords, two of wands, and two of cups. And they're actually all correctly on your screen right now. All right. So time for two. Separate all of your twos. Which two do you think is the coolest, Darth? Which one do you like the best?
In the traditional deck, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely the Two of Swords, but in my personal deck, I am a huge fan of the way the Two of Wands is depicted.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to send me a
really
picture of that one later so I could see it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
all like, oh, I'm trying to remember what that one looked like.
As far as the actual imagery goes, it's probably one of my top 3 favorite in my deck. And I noticed it right away. But yeah, in a traditional deck, that Two of Swords, that is a beautiful image to me.
Yeah, the Two of Swords, it's very kind of like intense too, isn't it? It's like, just how she looks very stiff. Like swords, like everyone likes the swords. How cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to admit, mine is the Two of Pentacles because I didn't notice it for a while. But do you see like when he's juggling? You see the number 8 in there, the infinity sign.
The infinity symbol, yeah.
Yeah, and my favorite number is 8, so I'm corny like that. All right, the commonality of the twos. Okay, guys. So now we're gonna apply this to the next exercise. All right. So the commonality of the twos, guys. And what they can represent, again, there could be beyond this, so this is just like a good chunk of them. So what do the twos represent? Relationships, unions, balance, intuition / faith, choices, the mirror, or mirroring somebody, competing emotions / feelings. Okay, and think about this is all from what the number 2 means to its core. It means all of this, right? And you think too when it says like competing emotions, like why would that represent twos? But that's the first time the numbers start to double, so it does make sense in my opinion. All right, guys. So again, what do twos represent? Relationships. Let me know in the chat if twos represent anything else to you, or if you could think of anything else to add to it. Twos are relationships, unions, balance, intuition, faith, choices, the mirror, and competing emotions / feelings. Duality. See? Perfect. Yep. Perfect.
Yeah, that is a perfect addition.
Hi, Mike. How are you? Welcome. Okay, next. Okay, so here is the next exercise, okay? Apply what we know about the twos and the elements of the card, okay? So this is the next question, and we're gonna do it just like the first exercise, but with all of our twos, okay? What am I lacking in my relationships? Okay. Now, this could be your romantic, this could be just in general, like your overall relationships. That's kind of how I would do it. Like in general, what am I lacking in most of my relationships? You could always make this more specific if you wanted, though. Okay. So again, if you don't have a deck, just type me in the chat and I will do yours for you. Okay. And once you guys have pulled your card, go ahead and type it in the chat.
I like Jujubee's addition that it is the only even prime number.
What, 2?
Yeah, two. Yeah, I don't know if that has any significance on
Interesting.
anything, but it is a
That's kind of cool, though.
factually accurate thing. Yeah, twos didn't want to shuffle in, so I'm like, okay, that's oh,
How
two of
cute.
wands. I didn't see that. Yeah,
Okay, let me do
that's
cat ninjas real quick. Let me pull up my
yeah.
camera. All right, cat ninja. Let's mix them up for you. All right, so for cat ninja, here, please come through for cat ninja. What is cat ninja lacking in their relationships overall? In their relationships, what's lacking here? Okay, so who else got two wands? Okay, so
Me.
two, you did too? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so two of wands is interesting because I've seen it interpreted a lot of different ways. Some people see this card as kind of boring in the like in the traditional kind of um the traditional definition of two wands. It's a little bit boring. It's a little bit like you're just sitting there, you're waiting for things to come to you instead of you going to the thing. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay,
you.
so it's almost like a little bit of a lack of motivation. But a lot of times when I see the two of wands like this, and I'm thinking, okay, so what's lacking in my relationship? I would almost take this as saying that you need to take maybe a step back sometimes when I see the two of wands this way. What is lacking in my relationship? I would say maybe some perspective from a different view. So there you
Yeah,
go.
that's kind of like lacking passion.
Yes.
Just
Yep. Uh huh.
being stale.
Yes.
Uh, that's kind of what I got off of that for mine anyway.
Totally. And
Uh,
that's a that's a great interpretation of it. Anyway. All right. Now hold on. Two wands. Okay. So Sheikah, you guys, all three of you got wands already. Okay. So John D, you got swords. So that's really interesting for what do I need more in my relationship? Because the two of swords is very much like feeling conflicted on having to make a choice. And so what I would say is if you're lacking that could just indicate that you're not you're maybe in your relationships you have a hard time or you actually don't choose between one thing or another. You could be fickle in a relationship perhaps. Okay.
oh,
Or you could take
look,
it the other way as well. What happened?
you're
I mean,
you're tempting Mr. Gohagen over
oh, yes,
here.
Mike. Yep. You got it, babe. I
Yep.
just saw it. All right. All right. So, Spirit, please come through for Mike. We're going to do the twos, doing the twos. What is Mike G lacking in his relationships? Interesting. Okay, so this
Oh,
one this one
this
this
one
one is
is
really good.
interesting.
This is a good one. Okay, so
Hmm.
two of pentacles. What is he doing in this photo? We can look, right? He's trying to juggle everything. This card comes up when we don't know how to prioritize. Okay, so what do you need to do more in your relationships, or what do you need more of in your relationships? Prioritization. There we go. There's the word. Prioritize. That is what's lacking in your relationship. You need to prioritize. How come I can't say prioritize? Prioritize? How come I
Prioritize.
can say prioritize? I can't say that word. Oh,
You
what a
got
dum
it.
dum.
You got it. Words are
But
hard.
yes, words are hard. And we already know numbers are hard.
Yep,
But
words
yes,
are
so this would
numbers.
be. It's all about your priorities here, and that's with work, your job, your home. If you have kids, your kids. It's knowing how to better manage your time and your family within those relationships. So there you go, Mike. Let me know if that resonates. My ears twitched.
Oh,
I agree. I agree.
did you pull one for Mousy? I know you pulled one for Cat Ninja and
Oh, hold on.
Mike, but Mousy's still eating, I'm assuming.
That's what. Hold on. Mousy, are you still eating? Hold on. I wonder if she probably can't type, huh? Maybe I'll just do one for her real quick.
Juju wants to know what the other way. I think the swords could be taken because I might have interrupted.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Or at least I'm on the beach. I still. Oh, yep, you were right. Good job, Darth. Good call. Hold on, I dropped one of my twos. All right, so for Mousy. Spirit, please go through for Mousy. What is lacking in Mousy's relationships? Spirit, what is lacking in Mousy's relationships? Okay, so look, this is perfect. This is perfect. Remember I said this could be taken a different way? Well, here we go. Here's another interpretation. Okay, so what is lacking? I would say clear communication. Do you ever feel like, you're talking about, or that you're speaking to someone and you're like, what did we just talk about? Because I feel like it accomplished nothing, or that you never got to the gist of the conversation. So this is more about having clear communication, I would say, with those in your relationships, or with your relationships just in general. Also, you could take it as, for you, Mousy, for Two of Swords, I would say less apprehension when making choices. Be more confident in the choices you make in your relationships. So there you go, my dear. Hold on, what did we just talk about? To a certain degree, yeah, but I kind of miss it. I just don't want them. Fun times. Aw. Hold on, sorry. That's the first real meal. Oh, no, you're fine. I don't mind at all. I'm glad that Darth reminded me. Okay, moving on. Let's move on to the next. Okay, do you like what I put on there?
I do.
I put some dumb stuff on some of them. Okay, now everybody, go get your threes. Two's company, but three's a crowd. So they say, okay? So I'd like you to get the Three of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. Threes are gonna be interesting. I have a feeling.
I do too. Mostly because it's my first of my lucky numbers.
Is
I've
it?
got 3, 13, 44, 40 and 44 are my lucky numbers, but
fours?
yeah.
Really? I'm
Yeah, 3 and
haunted
4.
by fours. You said 34 or 44?
I said 40 and 44.
Interesting. I'm stalked by fours. Okay.
A lot of people consider 4s unlucky, but for
they're
some
not.
reason it's
Well,
the 3s and 4s
that's
for me.
interesting. Okay, everybody got their threes. So over here to the left is the Three of Cups. Now, let me just go through some traditional meanings, okay? Three of Cups. This is usually a celebration or a reunion or a party, okay? A coming together of friends. However, beware of the Three of Cups during a romantic reading. If someone wants to know if someone's cheating on them, the Three of Cups can definitely rear its ugly head. However, you have to take it in context, and you got to be real mindful when you see that Three of Cups, and if it's showing up in reverse or upright. But I've seen it show up upright even when someone actually was being unfaithful. But whenever this comes in during a reading, when someone says, "Is my man cheating on me?" Your ears should perk, or your hair should perk up a little bit when you see that Three of Cups. Okay. Other than that, though, the Three of Cups is a celebration, coming together, having fun. Sometimes it's like a reunion, hanging out. Now we got the Three of Wands. So Three of Wands to me is very much like, kind of waiting for the ship to come in, but this is manifestation. You've been putting in the work. Now you're about to see, things coming towards you. You see how he's looking out to the sea? Much like the Two, but this time he like the ship is actually in view. Now we go, just like I said, these are just some general interpretations. The Three of Swords.
This one right
So,
here.
the Three of Swords. So, this is a traditional card that people might see as like someone betrayed you. Okay,
Yeah, that's
there's no
exactly.
there's no doubt that it can meet that. It can meet that. However, not always, but it definitely means that you have been hurt, and usually you've been hurt by someone's words or actions. Okay. Um, Three of Swords is, I mean, that's just it's traditional meaning. It's just the ouch card, I call it.
Yep.
This is like the heartbroken card. Now we go all the way to the right, Three of Pentacles. This could mean a few different things. A lot of times, no matter what, though, it's very positive for income, okay, for bringing in income, new work, anything like that. But it's also about teamwork as well, okay, having kind of a bigger vision in mind to get things done. So now moving on. All right. What do the threes share? Okay, so what's some commonalities between the threes? So traditionally, this is what threes mean. Okay, expansion, offspring, the triangle slash the divinity in Christianity, creation, creativity, and manifestation. If anybody can think of anything else that they can attribute to threes, go ahead and throw it in there.
I mean,
Whatever
you
you
just
think.
attributed something you didn't put on that list just a
What?
few seconds ago. The whole, like, especially with the Three of Cups, like
Oh, I'd almost consider that. This is gonna sound
yeah.
weird, but I'd almost consider that offspring. I don't know why.
Oh, I mean,
I don't know what, but do you know what I mean?
I guess I could
Because
see how you would come to that conclusion. Actually, just thinking
in
about
my
it, like,
tarot way, huh?
yeah, this two-person relationship produced a third person, but not in the way you expected. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Um, but yes, anybody else have any other comments on the threes? But yes, traditionally people see it's also mind, body, spirit. People think of it that way. Is of course,
Yeah,
like the divinity in Christianity. So it's got a very traditional meanings as well. But expansion, offspring, these are like the real of these major the major meanings behind the number. Okay, hold on, let me see. Four is, look. Do you see what John D put? Four is hell.
yeah. It appears that nobody else likes it. Yeah,
Aww.
like I said, people don't be liking the
Aww.
fours. I don't know why they work for me.
Huh.
Three
Three's much
is a.
better. No, I disagree, sir. Because he knows my favorite number is eight, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Three has a secret number hidden inside of it. Interesting. An infinite number. Interesting again. Called pi. Oh, pi. Bye
Oh,
bye.
yep.
Okay, next.
3.1.
Do you like my sign? Teamwork.
Yep.
Oh, it's like the Murdoch triangle. Didn't he
Oh
have like a
dear.
really funny be like, my PowerPoint's way better than yours, sir.
Mm,
All right, so the next tarot exercise with all of your threes, okay, guys, all of your threes. You're gonna apply what we know about the number three, and apply it to the element as well. So this is what we're gonna do for your tarot exercise question. How can I work better with others within a group? Okay, man, I know I need to do this one for myself too. Okay, guys, so start mixing up your cards, all your threes, and then type in the chat which card you get. Again, type me in the chat unless you are Juju. I mean, not Juju, Mousy. I already know Mousy will need one. And I already know Cat Ninja will need one. Mike, let me know if you want one as well, okay? Just type me in the chat and I will pull you a card for this exercise, okay, love? All right, I'm going to start with Mousy. All right. So, Spirit, how can Mousy better work within a group? Okay, so Mousy got the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles, Mousy. Oh, so did Mel. Look. So
nice.
this is right? So how can you better work with others in a group? This is funny because this is literally about working with others in a group. So it's almost, you could take it as a literal sense, like literally go meet people. You know what I mean? Or literally
Yeah,
go out there and spend more time hanging out with other people. It's kind of the way I see that. It's a literal sense. Okay, that's how I would interpret it. And I would also say, don't be, um, don't be, you don't have to necessarily um, be totally comfortable in a group. I know some people are shy. However, you don't always have to be complacent. Make sure you
yep,
kind of speak up and you kind of let yourself stand out from the crowd as well. But it's actually going out and actually putting yourself in the actual in the situation to actually kind of commingle and work in a group, so to speak, or
yeah.
work with others.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, don't be afraid to like offer help if you can give it, or accept help if you need it, like from your group, from the people close to you. I mean, that's kind of a feeling I got off of the Three of Pentacles too. Is with that like fundamental teamwork and
Yeah,
actually doing work.
I
No,
100% agree. Okay, so Cat Ninja, how can you better work with others in a group? Cat Ninja, you got Three of Swords. This is interesting. So this is exactly what I'm gonna say. Um, be mindful of others' feelings. Be mindful of your words around other people and how you say them, because some of us can come off really brash sometimes when we're speaking, and we don't even mean to. There's so many different types of personalities and stuff like that. You could be someone who just like shoots from the hip, like you're someone who doesn't hold back. Okay. um, However, when it comes to working with a group, I would say be more cautious. Think before you speak. I would say be more cautious in your words in a group. Yeah, hold on. Did Mike? Did you want one? I'm gonna pull one for you just in case. All right. So
these are
how can
facts,
Mike?
John D.
He said bullocks. I just saw that. Okay, so for Mike, how can Mike better work in a group with others? He got the three pentacles as well. So actually, go out and hang out with people. For you, if you're someone who maybe does work with groups often, I would even say this is similar to the other message I had given about letting yourself to kind of let yourself shine from the group, even though you're still part of the group. Like kind of don't be afraid to take a leadership role when it's appropriate. However, still include your teammates,
Which is
etc.
really funny because when Mike is hanging out in my group, he does kind of like tend to jump in that leadership role. He's got a very sharp wit, very keen mind, and does like to go ahead and step up to the plate and like interact, let everyone know exactly like what he's about and why. So
Hmm.
that's
I
just in
think
our little
that
internet community, but
I think I've seen him before too in I think in Cool Frogs, if I'm not mistaken.
yep, he hangs out with Cool Frog quite a bit. He hangs out on my streams quite often. He's always got a lot of really fun, interesting stuff to say. We didn't do mine, so I'm just gonna
Oh
go ahead and
yeah,
throw
yeah,
it out
yeah.
there
Hold on. What
because
was yours?
I did actually get the Three of Cups Juju, oddly enough, and
Who else got the Three of Cups?
nobody did. Juju was asking, did anyone get wands or cups, and I got cups.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're gonna have to tell me. Hold on one second. Tell me what your interpretation is of the Three of Cups
I think I
when
need
working
to
well with others. This
relax.
I
I think I
Yeah.
need to relax. I am a little bit strung out, a little bit stressed, and sometimes when I'm around my associates, I let that stress manifest into like just either like being rude or being snippy or being short of temper. Somebody may have said a cool frog.
Hi,
Mm,
Cool Frog.
may
How
have
are you,
been both of
lovey?
us.
I clicked his link
Oh,
today, and it's just live and ended. I felt like such a loser.
oh, you just missed it. Like,
I
just
literally think I had. I was like, I'm such a freaking loser right now.
we just wanted to thank
uh,
everybody who supported our 30 hours of madness. That was so much fun. Coming in and out, seeing all the different people on panel, hearing all the different discussions. It just there was no, well, there was a couple of things that were planned into that happened, like the TOS rating and whatnot. But other than that, it was just like free form, bring whatever you brung and run it. And man, we had such a great time. Yeah, that's what I
I'm
need to
glad.
do. I need to
I totally
relax.
100%. I 100% agree.
Hmm.
I'm gonna put sets of Ruth out there. Okay, so onward to the fours, guys. Pull out all your fours. All your fours. Ruth, you're so cute. Ruth doesn't be chatting on like she's so sweet. I love Ruth. I'll text you, Kay Ruth. I'm doing a tarot lesson, but I'll text you later. You're so cute. All right, so onward. The fours, the building blocks. Okay, so let's go through the fours. Everybody pull out your fours. The four of wands, the four of cups, the four of pentacles, and the four of swords. These are pretty versatile, these cards. They have a good wide range of kind of meanings as well. So all right, so just going through some of the fours. You guys type in the chat which card you're most drawn to. I'm just curious by chance. Which four do you like the best? Type it in the chat. I'm very curious. Oh, good job, Mousy. Good. Whoop, whoop.
My opinion, it's definitely the Four of Cups that I like the most. Just
Really?
the symbol, the symbolism and the imagery in that card. Yeah, like there's a lot there, and I don't want to like over explain why I like it, but I do like that one.
And the Four of Cups is such a card of ugh. I call it like blah. It's very aloof and kind of like unentertained and just and when you look at him, he's got three cups in front of him. And then there's another blessing coming his way. He's being blessed with another cup. He's like, oh, another cup. Oh,
Yeah,
just totally aloof,
right.
totally bored and aloof, just nonchalant.
In my
Um,
deck, he actually looks annoyed with it, to be honest.
yes, a little bit perturbed, kind of,
Yeah,
huh?
just like
That's
yeah,
cute.
get out of here with that.
Like whatevs.
Hmm.
Four of Wands. Okay, so we let me give you just some quick little bits on each card. So Four of Wands is really good for like it could represent weddings. This is a coming together. Usually it could be like two different parties, meaning like two different maybe it's you joining a group at work, okay, or two different families coming together, like a blended family. But there's some type of coming together and
Like a
celebration.
binding card, yeah.
Exactly with that Four of Wands. And then of course the Four of Cups we just talked about. That's kind of aloof, bored, um, kind of just blah. Like I call it the blah card, kind of
Yeah.
aloof. What was the word you used for it?
Annoyed,
Yeah, a little bit. I totally agree. I think I
irritated.
agree. I really agree with that. Now, Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles has a stigma. Okay, so Four of Pentacles is a card that has some history. Now, when you first kind of go back through the old school meaning of Four of Pentacles, it's known as being like kind of like greedy, like holding on to
Yeah.
all your money and not sharing. However, though, a lot of times Four of Pentacles can really mean just holding on dear to your possessions, saving
Yep.
your money. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it gets a bad rap, that Four of Pentacles. I just want to say that. And then we have the 4 of Swords. You guys know how I feel about the 4 of Swords. Um,
I don't. Why don't you remind us?
Because I always say, "Are you getting your rest?" Whenever I see four
Ah,
swords, that this is the card. That four swords. This is the
yeah.
card saying, "Go meditate, go to sleep." And I remember reading in one little tarot book years ago. It said something really funny. It was like, "Get some rest, or you'll end up in the hospital," because on rare occasions, the Four of Swords will indicate someone who is at the hospital. And if you look
Ooh,
at the card, do you see how he's laid up?
yeah.
It makes sense, right? Not,
Yes,
and
it
like I said,
does.
not all the time, very rarely, but it has happened. So this is
Yeah.
rest, meditation, refueling, and having peace and quiet. You could even say,
Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting off of that. Sometimes it's just being at peace and learning how to like because swords represent communication and the air energy. It's like sometimes you need that calm and that quiet, that uh, shut the voices out moment where you just go ahead and like meditate by yourself. Yeah, I get a lot of that off of the four swords as well.
yes, totally. Did you see Juju's comment? That's so funny. She's like, he's keeping his room tidy. He's so
Yep.
funny. I love it. Oh, how cute. All right. So, commonality of the fours. So, here is some fours, okay? Or here is some commonalities between the fours and what they represent: foundations, safety, security, the self, unmoving, home, sometimes boring, and stability, okay? Foundation, safety, security, home, the self, unmoving. I kind of see it as stubborn at times as well, and
Yep.
sometimes boring.
Sometimes annoyed.
Right? I like that. See, so that
Yeah.
whatever you guys would add to the list of fours, go ahead and throw it out there. I would love to hear it.
And with like the Four of Pentacles, how you said it can be sometimes like greedy or defensive of your possessions. This
Mm-hmm.
doesn't always have to be like material things either. Like it could just be like defensive of your space, defensive of
Yeah,
like
your home
yeah,
itself. You know,
right.
I totally agree there.
But like I was speaking more of like your mind, like letting people get in. I mean, that might be more the Four of
Hmm.
Cups than the Four of Pentacles, but like yeah, defending like your positions, your
I kind of like that.
beliefs.
I
Yeah,
like that interpretation. Good job. I like that.
yeah. I
It's
might
a
have appropriated it to the wrong card, but that's kind of like when I think about like what my most prized possessions are. They're not material things. They're all like the things within me. So that might be more applicable to like cups or swords, but I feel it a bit with pentacles as well.
I agree. I like that. I really like that interpretation. That was great. Okay. Tarot exercise. Do you guys like my cute little key in the heart? Okay, so here's the next one, guys. With all of your fours, apply what we know about the fours and the elements slash suit of the card. Question: how can I provide more stability for myself and or family? Okay. How can I provide more stability for myself and or family? I think this is going to come up. This is going to be good, a good one. Expert, good to see you, Lovey.
Oh, Karen was also drawn to the Four of Cups, just like me. Maybe she's feeling
Oh,
a little bit
interesting.
blah by or annoyed by people lately as
Right?
well.
Totally agree. Okay, so let me pull for the reggies. Wait, I think Mousy has hers now though, so I don't have to do
Yep,
hers.
she does have her cards out now.
Okay, so with all the fours, you're gonna mix them up, y'all. And we're going to ask, how can I provide, or how can you provide more stability to yourself and or family? And then let me know what you get, okay? So I'll go for Cat Ninja. Spirit, how can Cat Ninja provide more stability for herself and or family? And look, the card that was just the topic of conversation, the Four of Pentacles. So this could be about how can you provide more protection for your home or stability for your home and family. I would say honestly save money.
Yeah.
That's really how I just interpret this one. Save your money. Make sure that you're putting some in a savings or whatever you might want to call it, or whatever you have. But make sure that you're saving your money. And I would also say too, like if you have certain valuables, make sure that they're going in a
They're
safe place. But this
protected.
is
Yeah.
yeah, but this is more about stability for the home. And when I see
Hmm.
four at its core, this is about finances. So that's what I would say. Make sure you're saving money and not spending too much of it. Now, let me do Mike's. All right, Spirit. How can Mike provide more stability for him and or his family? The Four of Cups. Okay, you know
Oh,
what
that's
my
funny.
answer is? Wake up. Because when we see the Four of Cups when it goes reverse, we call that the wake up card.
Hmm.
So honestly, how can you provide your family or yourself more stability? Pay more attention. So when we're thinking about like a stability and foundation, and we look at this card right here, the four, he's just so bored and he's just like not even paying attention. So I would just say pay more attention to to your your home in general and to your job, your family, etc. Just pay more attention. I think is the advice here. But I'd love to hear what everybody else has to say. And what did you get, Darth? By the way,
No surprise, also
what did you
got
get?
the Four of Cups, and I actually interpret it with my specific situation completely the opposite. Like
Okay, go. Yep.
drown out the noise, and it's okay to be annoyed, and it's okay to ignore nonsense and like not take what people say too much to heart. Like like who your family is, but sometimes like outside people voices influences might try to sway my opinions on things, but no, it's kind of like a trust and just cut out all the crap, you know.
So for you, Mel, I think that's a perfect interpretation. I think it's perfect, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Literally, it's perfect. Mel got Four of Wands. What do you make of that?
What do I make of the 401s? I mean,
Yeah, for the question, how can Mel provide more stability to her home and or family or herself?
well,
I I would say
I
have
would.
the
Oh, go ahead.
go.
Go ahead. No,
Nope, nope,
you.
nope,
Okay.
nope, nope.
Just be more engaged with them. Be like, I don't know, maybe do more with them, spend more time, uh, show them how much you love them as much as you can. Like that's the way I would interpret that. Just like to just be
Look
more
at
present.
you. Good job. I'm so proud. Good job. Pat on the
What were
back
you
right there, buddy. Good job.
what
That
were
was
you gonna say?
fantastic. I think that's perfect. I don't need to say anything.
Oh,
I don't need to. No, literally, you did it. That was a fantastic job. Hold on. I got three empty cups and one bottomless cloud cup. That's how I see it. Look, and that is the attitude, that little like, of that card. Of
yeah.
the Four of Cups. He's such a bleh. I'm trying to remember the name of. Oh wait, hold on. They're talking about cider. That was
Oh,
something totally different. Okay, so next we're on to the last card, y'all. We're on to the fives.
we got a lot of people that got cups on that one.
I
I
noticed
noticed that.
that. That's why I
Thank
was
you,
glad
Juju.
that I'm glad that she had gotten the wands.
Hmm.
The only one that didn't pop up was the swords, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think anybody here. Now, if you'd have done a reading,
Interesting.
if you'd have done a reading for Mr. Cool Frog, Swords would have almost indefinitely like. How can you provide more? Get some dang rest, Frog. You can't keep going on and on and on and on forever. You're gonna burn yourself out, and then you're going to maybe fall off. So, uh,
Now five. Hold on. Does anyone know this reference five by five that I put in there?
Yep,
It's
five by
what is
five.
it? What is it? But who's it
That is
from?
a military reference for "Hear You Loud and Clear,"
I got it from Buffy the Vampire Slayer because
but it
of
really does
kids.
mean it really
I'm
does
five
mean
by
the same
five.
thing.
I'm five by
Yeah.
five. Buff.
Yep. It means I'm absolutely
We're
100%
five by
on
five.
board.
I'm good,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay, everybody, get your fives out. This is your last bundle. You're gonna get the five of cups, the five of pentacles, the five of swords, and the five of wands. And the fives are freaking disastrous. Just kidding.
Oh man, this is
um,
the one thing I really, really,
fives
really wanted to get
fives
into more than any
represent
of the others. Yeah.
yeah, fives are really they represent a lot of things that one might consider negative, and that's
Negative.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's okay. We're gonna go over all of them. So, and everybody, well, how about this? Instead of saying which five of swords do you like about the best, how about which five of swords image or card um are you drawn to the most or resonates with you the most? Is like the most profound to you or that you're most intrigued by when you look at it?
My answer hasn't changed from the last suit to the next suit. And if you saw my Five of Cups, you would know exactly why, because my Five of Cups has something that's not very apparent in the traditional deck, but it actually adds a lot, lot of context to me. And you see the cloaked man in black with the five empty cups on the ground, and he's looking away from them all. But mine
Mm-hmm.
is holding a mirror.
Ooh,
And
really?
yeah, and I
That's so
think this is like
interesting.
a personal introspection type of just like stop messing around with all these people. Go ahead
Five.
and really take a look at yourself, because maybe if there's a problem here, maybe it's not everyone else. Maybe it's you.
So five of cups, okay. Five. Let's
Hmm.
talk about the five of cups. So five of cups had back in the day had a little bit of a stigma to it, much like that four of pentacles we were talking about.
Hmm.
So they used to refer to this card as crying over spilled milk.
Yeah.
However, the after evolving from the like our I feel like the interpretation of this card has evolved a lot because
Yeah.
a lot of times tarot readers or anyone doing readings, you'll see this with depression. I'm going to be flat out
Yeah.
honest. This is depression
That's
sometimes.
what it
I'm
looks like to
not going to
me.
sugarcoat it. This is also grieving. This is grieving a
Oh,
loss. This
I
is
hadn't considered
grievement.
that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. It's a huge part of the five of cups is grievement. And so sometimes when I see this, when I'm talking to someone, it's is there something that they've lost that they haven't grieved, or is there something that they've been grieving and now they need to let it go? It could be
Maybe
either
I've
one.
maybe I've misinterpreted introspection as another I word, isolation, like because that's kind of
Yes,
another
yes.
energy I get off of this. Is just
Oh
like
yeah.
feeling
So
isolated
isolation is a
and
perfect word
alone.
for that card. Yeah, isolation is a perfect word for the five of cups. Now moving on to the five of pentacles. Okay, those of you that chose the five of pentacles. Now,
Abject poverty.
yeah, the thing about the five of cups is okay, or the five of pentacles, sorry, is you see them out there in the snow, and this is really having like traditionally this is a minor setback because
Yeah.
if you look inside the windows, there's lights on. All you had
Yep.
to do is knock on the door. You know,
Hmm.
um, this is about not being too proud to ask for help. Don't be
Yeah.
too proud to ask to come in, or ask questions when you have them. That's what the
Hmm.
five of pentacles is really all about, and it's usually just monetary, like or just temporary setbacks. In this case, it's a little poor me card, a tiny bit, just a tiny.
Yeah.
And then
It's a
the
me
five of
poor card. Help! Help!
yeah, it's both.
Me poor,
Me
send
po,
help.
me po, me po.
Yeah.
And now we go to the five of swords. Okay, so man, five of swords, five of
This to
swords,
me gives me
guys.
just the aftermath of a fight. Like looking at this, it's just like you see him going around collecting up the swords, and
Mhm.
whatnot.
Well, this
Like,
is really like, being in the midst of drama and deceit
yeah,
and this and that. It can be so much. It really can. However, I do say though, when I see that when I look at this card, you see how he's got a few of the swords. I do tell
yep,
people every now and then this is a part of this card. I feel like is taking some self accountability because you're holding
hmm,
three of the swords. Do you hear what I'm
yeah,
saying? While
right,
maybe it's not your fault where you are where you are. However, though you've made a few choices along the way that help get you there as well to where you are. Do you know what I mean? Or
yep,
with whatever drama you've that's kind of ensued. And then
yeah.
we go to the five of go
Oh,
back. That was the
and
five of wands. Hold on, let me go
yes,
back. Hold please. I have to reshare it. Hold please. Okay, but next is going to be the five of wands. Hold on, let me make this smaller.
and it's funny while you're bringing up the Five of Wands, the
Mm-hmm.
explanation you just gave of being like caught up in a bunch of drama with the Five of Swords is exactly the same kind of vibe I get off the like chaotic nature of the Five of Wands. Just like
And
with
they both have similar meanings too, so that's interesting that you picked
yeah.
that up. They both have very similar meanings.
Oh, Rick's Clicks has made it back.
What up, Rick's Clickies? All right, hold on. Let me share this again. Okay. All right. So back on to the fives. So, and then that last card is the five of wands. So, five of wands is um competition, it's drama, it's bickering, it's arguing, it's fighting, okay? However, though, I want to caveat that by saying sometimes this is like an internal like back and forth that happens with us. So, sometimes I'm like, are you fighting with others or are you fighting with yourself? Also, it could be, is it worth fighting over? Could be the question with this card. Is it worth, if it is, if it's worth it, then by all means go ahead. But if it's not worth it, move on already.
Right, right.
So here are the fives, guys. Now, the commonality of the fives. Fives have issues, like I said, dilemmas. This is just some of the meanings of fives. And you guys go ahead and type what else, you could caveat this with. Dilemmas, conflicts, lessons, adaptability, which is true, taking charge, unwillingness of conform is supposed to be to conform,
Yep.
and changes, taking charge, adaptability, conflicts, dilemmas, lessons.
I mean, I would caveat the taking charge with slash responsibility, like you said.
Oh, I like
And
that. Yep, very good, very good.
yeah,
Anybody else have anything to say about the fives? They are very, what I kind of want to say when I see them all together in that picture like that? I almost
yeah.
want to say static.
Mm-hmm.
Is that weird? Because it's
No,
just
it's
like,
not.
like there's just so much going on everywhere.
Yeah, like snow on the TV. There's just too much going on. Sometimes it's a lot.
Right?
Oh, thank you, Juju.
What did you say?
Oh, she likes hearing my thoughts on these.
Aw, see, told you.
Yeah, I
You're
appreciate that.
fantastic. You're
I'm
a
trying.
fantastic co-host. I've been
This right
trying.
here, I didn't want to bring up too quickly, but dang, Rick, like, how much bad luck can one guy have,
Hold
man?
on.
He had a car fall on him. He can barely move. That's what that says.
Hold on.
Man,
But
everybody
you're
pray for
driving
Rick,
right now?
seriously? He been
Yeah.
driving.
But it fell on him right now or
I,
earlier. I'm so confused. I don't know, but yes, prayers for Rick. Whatever happened, I hope you're okay, buddy.
I'm assuming by this that he's like not broken because he didn't drive himself to the hospital. He's here, so but like I've had a jack slip on me and hit me in the leg, and it didn't break my leg, but I was bruised like really, really, really nasty. So I have had a car fall on me before. That's not pleasant. I was lucky because if my head hadn't been right where it was, I could have had my skull crushed.
OMG, that's crazy. I got a real bad
Uh,
accident in high school where like this big ass the truck that me and my high school boyfriend were on at the
but I do
time.
remember like Rick's first message when we started the stream before we even started class was for you to get a hold of him. So maybe
Oh,
this is in regards to that.
what was his first one?
Going all the way back, it was like, get a hold of me when you can. That's
Oh, okay,
all
yeah.
I remember him saying.
Well, I'll message you, bud, and I hope you're okay.
Yeah, me too, because I know
Okay,
how
guys.
bad that shit can go.
Yeah, right. Seriously. Okay, so last exercise, guys. We're gonna apply what we know about the five and the elements slash suit of the card. What change am I resisting? What
Oh
change
boy.
am I resisting? This should be really good. Okay, so type your guys's what you guys get in the chat. This one ought to be interesting. I'm gonna go ahead, pull up my little easel, and we'll do Cat Ninja, and Mike G's.
That's a very interesting take, Juju.
Oh, Mel, that one's gonna be deep, hun. That one's deep, girl. All right, so we'll start with Cat Ninja. Spirit, what change is Cat Ninja resisting? Well, this one flew at me. The the five
That's
of
what happened to
Pentacles.
mine too.
I feel like you're refusing to ask for help, Cat Ninja. You're not asking for help when you need it. I don't know if it's pride, I don't know what it is, but you don't ask for help when you need it or even advice. It's just like I don't know if you're like I don't want to be a burden on anybody. I don't want to bother anyone with that. But that's where you are resisting change, my dear. Now I'll do my G's. My G. Spirit, what change is Mike G resisting? The Five of Wands. Very interesting. Okay, so what change are you resisting? I almost, you know what? With the Five of Wands, it's have you ever this is okay, so this might not be true, it could be though. Have you ever been around like your group of friends, or you've ever been around, your family, your friends, and one day you go out and they're like, hey, your friends are really loud. And you're like, they are? You're like, I never noticed it. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, and then you sit back and you're like, huh, I guess they are kind of loud or something to that extent. So when I see this with like the Five of Wands about what change are you resisting, it's almost like I feel like you're resisting even changing your environment, meaning the people you're around, or exploring, different groups of people, maybe even. So
Are you trying to
that's what
run
I
Mike G out of my friend group? This sounds like you're
no,
trying to.
no. Sorry,
Well,
you
well, just
audacity.
is that just
That's
a
it,
personal take on
Tomsy.
this because he does hang out with us quite a bit, and you're right, we are kind of loud. We are
But
kind of
it's about expanding,
yeah.
I feel like than just your normal, your normal rowdy crowd. It's about being resistant to changing that, or expanding from that. I would say.
Which is funny because guess what
Cat
I
Ninja.
got?
Yeah, that's me. Thank you. You're welcome. What'd you get?
Five of Wands as well.
Ah, talking ish. I do want to talk about Mel's real quick. Mel got the Five of Cups. So,
Yeah.
Mel, what change are you resisting? Mel, So when I see this for you, what change are you resisting? Um, this is the thing about the Five of Cups. This could be either is there something that's like suppressed, and I mean really suppressed in there, or some grief that you haven't dealt with, some disappointment, some loss that you haven't dealt with, and if you
Some loss
haven't,
of trust,
yeah,
or lack
anything
of
like
trust.
that, if it's
Yeah.
been suppressed, it's suppressed. It's not going anywhere, and it's coming to the forefront, and that's what you're suppressing, that change, because you're not willing to change to, or hopefully you are willing. But what I'm saying is, there needs to be a willingness to address the pain. Or it could also be this. It could also be, have you been grieving for too long, like I said, or do you feel like you're kind of feeling sorry for yourself lately? And if you are, you're like, hey, I need to stop feeling sorry for myself and get out of this slumber. It could also mean that very much for you, Mel. I want to hear your thoughts on it, Mel, though, what you think it is. And you got what? You got Five of Wands, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Let me see what
And that's
everyone
just
else.
part of the general theme for the pulls I've been having during this exercise is, yeah, the chaotic nature of my friend group and how I want to at the same time, go ahead and fight for all the people, but it's very taxing. And sometimes I'm like, I know I'm going to fight for you because you mean the world to me, but at the same time, is the fight even
Ooh.
worth it to
You know
any
what?
of us?
That's ringing true to me right now for you.
Maybe we should all just get out of this mess and go get back to being like more Three of Cups energy and less Five of Wands energy.
Right? Right? I totally agree. Okay, so Care in Canada. Hello, love. Can you
Yes.
pull a card for me, please? Yes, I will. Okay, so Spirit, what change is Karen Canada resisting right now? What change is Karen
Ouch. Broken rib.
resisting?
That's not fun.
You got the Five of Cups as well. Okay, so is there some grieving that hasn't been done? Are you still in the grieving process, or have you not had a chance to grieve properly? Is there something that that's caused a deep loss or a deep hole or avoidance there? If so, um, I think sometimes we get used to suppressing things, and so we
Hmm.
don't feel like there's a need to change it. But that's what I would say, what it is for you right now, because I remember your Dear Diary entry too. So, not to get into that, but I would think that maybe there's just some loss that hasn't come to that you haven't really fully been able to deal with or confront or grieve. Because grieving's a process. So, but there you go, Karen, Canada. Mousy got swords. Okay, go ahead, Darth. What do you think for that one?
Oh,
Oh, this one's good too. You can see. You know what? Go ahead, go. But that was a good one too. Not good
oh.
isn't good, but good isn't bad.
Let me feel Mousy's energy for a bit on this one because this one seems like a little counterintuitive.
Hi,
That
Rubia.
it's part of that taking responsibility, but also like maybe you're taking too much on and trying to account for too many things that are influential in like other like spheres or whatnot. Like, what more can I do? And sometimes you might just have to like understand that not all the problems are yours to take on,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes maybe you just have to understand that you're not always to blame.
Changing that perspective about it.
That's yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting off of it. Like,
Totally, totally,
let me know if
totally.
that
Okay.
resonates with you, Mousy. Oh, that's totally me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, see, there you go, boy. Look at
uh,
you. And am I doing readings right now? Do you need one, Rick? Real quick. If you need a reading, let me know. I can do one. I got my cards in front of me.
Rubia
It's not a problem.
stopped by and says, "Hey, clumsy." Hello,
How are
Rubia.
you, Rubia? Welcome.
Oh, Melissa Jane has given us an explanation as well. I struggled to let myself make friends after I got really hurt by an old friend and I don't let myself get too close to people, and I do allow when I get depressed to keep me down, and yeah, I wallow. Yeah, that isolation is exactly
I
what I
do it
felt when.
too, Mel. I do
Hmm.
it too a lot, Mel. So I can empathize. So, any final thoughts, questions? Anybody want to just say anything at all? Thoughts? It was a lot.
I
It's a lot of.
I
This is info overload a little bit. I get it because there's so many cards. You know what I mean? And you're taking it all in. But it's gonna get you more familiar the more you do it and stuff. The general reading. Let's see. All right, I can give you one right quick. It's like I don't even have my show lights on.
special backstage reading.
All right, spirit angels and guides, please come through for Rick's general message for Rick, please, spirit. All right, Rick, you got the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Things are looking up for you, dude. Um,
Mm.
like Nine of Pentacles, this is all about having security in a possible even like a job. So I don't know if you've gotten more work or if it's coming, but this is security and independence. And the King of Pentacles, your king of your castle. Okay, this is about taking care and running the home. A quote I like about the King of Pentacles is under promise and over deliver.
Always
Right?
like the
And
post
that is
office.
you're silly.
I
But there
mean,
you
when they tell you it'll be there in X number of days, they always shoot it way out in ahead so that when it comes sooner than you expected, you feel like you won, even though they always knew it was going to take exactly that long. But
go.
yeah, that's just me being a little silly on that one.
What I
Oh.
would say is that things are looking up for you in regards to income, in regards to career, home, all those fours, all those found out foundational things. Um, they are looking up for you. Okay, my dear.
It's funny that Juju is trying to moderate as you're doing the reading.
Is she? What she
Like she said,
do?
Rex, this is a class. There are no readings on this stream
Oh,
while you're doing his reading.
I love it.
Haha,
She's
joke's
like,
on you,
no,
Juju.
stop it, stop it.
Uh,
Oh, I love it. I love it. No, don't make her
uh,
do it. No, she's
I
not
have a
gonna do it.
question
She's not
for
gonna
the
do it.
class. Like, out of the aces to fives, what was your favorite ranking? Everyone, this is a at everyone question, so I'm not gonna lie, I was most interested in the fives, but the threes actually spoke the most to me during this whole thing. I don't know about anyone else, but I thought I had a pretty good grasp on what the ones or the aces meant and the twos, and turns out that I was pretty good on those. The fours, I definitely got a lot out of as well as the threes. And the fives, yeah, they basically confirmed what I suspected about fives, that they're kind of like the cards.
So you said you got the most out of the threes?
Yeah, the threes and fours, but
Very
mostly like the
nice.
threes were the ones that most intrigued me.
Look at
Rubia has
Rubia.
that
How
tattoo of
cool.
the three of swords.
We were just talking about the Three of Swords because it's such an iconic tarot card. It's so iconic, and people see it and they're like, "Oh no,
Yep,
ouch!"
it really
I call
is.
it the ouch. I call it the ouch card because
Yeah.
someone's got a broken heart
Yep.
or
Yep.
something to that degree.
John D.
My eyes
Don't like
didn't want to
fours.
see the fours. I took ages to find them from my deck. Oh,
I'm
okay.
surprised because you were worried yesterday when we talked that like this would be a lot and it would take
I thought it'd
quite
be
a
two
while to get through
hours.
it.
It didn't
Yeah,
though. I did
yeah,
it.
it's like an hour and a half in and we've gotten through all five.
I know that totally surprised me.
manageably, perfectly fine.
It's because I brought you up to be my other half brain. So thank you.
Aw. Well, thank you
That's
for
why I
having
said.
me. You
That's
know
why I
I.
sent you the link. I was like, maybe he can watch chat or come chill and do this with
Hmm.
me while I go through everything, just because I knew it's gonna be a lot of information too. But yeah, everything went well. What did
Yeah.
everybody else say? Okay, so you know what? One I really had kind of trouble with when I first started tarot was twos. Believe it or not.
The twos, huh?
Yep. Not
Oh,
like the two of cups. That one's real obvious. You know what I mean?
yes, it is.
But yeah, I had some issues with twos at first. I really did. And fives were a little bit of like I think those are just because they're challenge cards anyway. You know what I mean? They kind of get that rep.
Yeah, yeah, for
So
sure.
you're just trying to figure out what the issue is. Once you see it.
Yeah, an interesting caveat that may not mean anything, but like I told you, I pulled the first one, my Ace of Swords, in reverse.
Hmm.
I pulled the
Hmm.
Two of Wands as well in reverse, and then everything else I pulled upright. So I don't
Yes,
know if
in
that
three
adds
class,
to the
three
story,
class,
but
it's all upright.
oh yeah, I
All
know in class it
upright.
is, but
Yes. Yeah, but we're out of class. Which ones
yeah,
did you get?
well,
Which ones did you get reversals on?
yeah, just yeah, the aces and the twos, mostly because of the way I shuffled them, but I
They hold
definitely
on your
saw.
aces and twos.
Well, my Ace of Swords and Two of Wands, yeah, both came
Interesting.
reversed, which
Your ace of
isn't
swords.
relevant to the class, which is why I said it's a maybe interesting caveat because I was pulling these more naturally the way you would. Like I was letting them letting the cards do what the cards will, and let the
Let them do what
spirits
they do.
guide the energy. And I think the fact that Two of Wands came up reversed was really something I want to think about more, and maybe I'll explain what I really pull from that if I sit down and analyze it a bit.
I have. Okay. Well, first off, everyone that is watching, thank you for being here. Please make sure you hit that thumbs up before we
Yeah.
do end the stream. But I was gonna say I just found my Gypsy Witch cards. They were like one of
Oh.
the first decks I ever got. And they are very complex. They are very, very complex. Like
Hmm.
the tradition in reading them. I kind of have a little bit of a background in it because I have done Lenormand readings in the past. But I gotta show you these cards because you're gonna flip. You're gonna be like, these are nuts, Sarah. You're gonna love them. But
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna
sure.
start doing readings for everybody with them. So like there's like cards such as hold on, let me grab one just because I want to show you an example of one. I had
Oh,
it.
speaking of class, don't let me forget that there's something I'd like to ask Clumsy about before we all get out of here. At least for y'all, because this is probably going to be more relevant to some of you than it will be to others. Before you get into this, Clumsy, do you want to talk
Mm-hmm.
to them about what you talked to me about yesterday, or are you still not certain about that?
Hold on, what did we talk about yesterday? What did we talk about?
Scheduling. Scheduling, specifically.
Um, I'm sorry, I'm confused again. Hold on, was it about the next class?
No, not the next class, but about your show in general, your
Oh
regular.
yes, yeah, 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 yeah. Go ahead. Or you want me to? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I mean, Clumsy has brought up to me that she would like to move some of her shows from the middle of the night for everybody into the daytime so that other audiences can participate and join in the readings. And I just wanted to like let everybody know that be on the lookout for Clumsy Clairvoyant in the daylight.
I probably would have never thought about that again. You're right. I probably would have never mentioned it like a
Ah,
dum dum.
well, I mean, it is good to let people know like there's going to be if you're still going to do it, like that's why I said do you want to talk about this or not, because I don't want to get people hyped up for
Only two
daytime
days
show.
a week, though. I'm
Yeah,
starting
two
soon.
days a
You guys
week
know I
starting.
melt in the daylight. It's not a joke.
Yes.
I
But
literally
but
melt
look at
people.
look at this response. Care says yay. Juju says excellent.
Okay,
Rubia
good,
says
good.
yeah. Cat Ninja says that would be great. A lot of people
I'm
stay
glad
up
you brought that
very
up
very
now.
late to catch your show, but a lot of
I
people would be like,
know.
oh, if you could come in the daylight, we would love to have it. We'll black out your windows so that you don't get blinded by the sun. But we understand that you are also busy and you do other things
Yes, and I
when you're
have
not
a
online
daughter
with
too, and
us.
she's in elementary. So that, but I
Mm-hmm.
think the best time to do it is weekends. I think so. I'm gonna start
Oh,
there, and then see
gotcha.
where it kind of goes. Okay, but real quick, I did want to show you these. Okay, so these are really cheap cards. They're like less than $10. These Gypsy
Mm-hmm.
Witch fortune telling. These are really old school too. They've been around for forever.
They do look pretty old school.
So
Very
I'm
well
just gonna
loved.
give you an example of how these go. Okay, so just look at one card for example. Okay,
Mm.
now it said in you see how it says number 30 to the right.
Mm-hmm.
It says the rod near predicts family quarrels, distant pecuniary losses. So, and then let's take another one like this. Okay, number 23. The ring when to the right of a person is a unerring indication of a rich and happy marriage, but lying to the left, disappointment and love. So these all go in like a square, okay? So you have the card of the person's gender in the middle. So there's a card for a lady and a card for a gentleman, and then this is how you start to read them. You start to read them all. You box them up all around. And look, so I could have like, this is just like the mini thing. So let me say I have like 8 of these right here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And literally there'll be a card that says, if like you'll have good cards in here, and then it'll be like if the snake's looking at you, all the other cards are not and void, and you're gonna get sick and die. Like there's literally some cards I'm like, holy cow, I don't want this card. Like, they don't say all that, but these are so trippy. I haven't read them in such a while, but I'm gonna start doing readings with them again. They're really extensive though, but I wanted to show them to you
Yeah.
because I thought you would think they were neat looking.
Those are actually really crazy, and I could see how when you get just a couple of those interacting with each other, how this could
Yeah,
get to
well,
be like a whole lot.
you have to sit with them, and you have to
Yep.
go through each and every one, and then you gotta check to look at the direction. But here's another, like here's a really good example of how it does it. So on this card it says the writer is a sure sign of good news unless alongside of a 6, 8, 11, or 13. So
Ah,
then I gotta go all the way back and be like, is there a 6? Is there an 8? Is there an 11? Is there a 13? You know what I mean?
and
So
then it's
there
a
is
sign
like,
of bad news.
yes, exactly. I'm like,
No.
oh. So these readings are really, they're a bit time consuming, but they
Yeah.
get really really precise sometimes on what's going on, like to the detail for people. So, but yeah, I wanted to show you those because I thought you would think they were
Oh
really
yeah.
neat.
I absolutely love them. Someone new to the channel has a question in chat.
Hi, Tony. How are you? Welcome. Oh, you're new to the channel. Welcome. Yep, you did just say that. I am not doing readings. However, though, since you're new, if you have a question, go ahead and type it in real quick. And before we wrap it up, I'll pull you a card or two.
And because Clumsy is very bad at chilling herself, her normal reading streams are actually very late in the Eastern time zone schedule. They usually happen between 2:30 Eastern to 3:15 Eastern, not usually later than that, but that's when they start, and they usually go till 4 or 5 in the morning. Our dear Clumsy is on the West Coast, so it's a little bit earlier for her, but they're very night owl. So if you want to show up for the regular reading show, you can catch it. Yeah, usually between 2:30, 3:15. Make sure you turn notifications on because even if there is a time scheduled, it is subject to change and change and change without notice. So yeah, come check us out in the middle of the night and maybe, hopefully soon, sometime during the day on weekends.
No,
Mousy
on the
wants to know
weekend.
if you're
Yes, yes,
yeah.
I am going to start doing earlier ones on the weekends. Okay, so for Tony, Tony wants to know how is the probationary period in the new job? How will he do? Okay, so please come through for Tony. Here, let's come through for Tony. How will he do with the probationary period at the new job? How's that gonna go? Let's Gonna make it past that probation. Three of Cups. That's a yes.
Yeah, that is a
Okay.
pretty resounding yes. And
Yep.
not only are you gonna make it past that probation, but they're probably gonna love you.
Your check's in the mail, Darth, you sweetie.
Hey, I mean, I have a really good teacher, and I'm learning so much. And every time I try to touch someone else's energy, which still is hard for me, like reading for myself, that's one thing because I know, like, if
It's
I'm being
good
honest
though.
with
It is
myself,
good practice. It's good
but yeah,
practice though.
but when I hear everybody else say Darth spot on, it's like, ah,
See, the more you
I
do, the more you know.
I give all the credit to you, Clumsy, for
I'll take
like
it.
helping me to understand that the cards are interpreted the way me and the energy see them. Not
Yes. Don't see
there's
it
no
as
like there
wrong or
is
right.
no
Yeah.
binary to it. It's just like you'll feel it. You'll
Unless
know it
it's
when you
unless
feel it.
it's way off, then I'll
Oh
have
yeah,
to
you
disavow you. Disavow,
right.
disavow. I'm
But so,
just kidding.
so far, I don't think I've gotten a way off disavow yet.
Disavow. Disavow. You're welcome, Tony. No
Uh,
problem.
yep.
Okay, so yes, I will be streaming tonight. Thank you, Mousy, for asking me. I will be, and then I'll be streaming during the day tomorrow. I'm trying to do it in the day tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing it in the day tomorrow. Did he? Oh, look, I'm so proud of you. Good job, dog. See, you
Yeah,
know
I've been
what?
out
And
practicing
is
and
it building your
getting more.
confidence? Is
Oh
it
yes,
building
it's
your
definitely building
confidence?
my confidence.
Okay,
Like
good.
the more readings I do for people, and the more they tell me like, oh, that resonates. I haven't gotten a single like, no way that you're absolutely wrong yet. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit more confident and more comfortable with it for sure.
What I and you know what? Just you caveat everything. Take what resonates. You leave the rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because no one gets it right all the time, 100% of the time ever.
Yeah.
Miami one time, like a month ago, I think, or a couple weeks ago, Miami Spice was like, "This is the first time something was wrong with one of your readings." Because I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Every single time, every single time, every single thing you say
Spot
was
on.
always exactly." She's like, "But this was the
Hmm.
only time." And we actually started talking about like the cards and stuff like that. We got into what her like more about that actual reading, but it was funny. I was like, "Don't do that," and she's like, "Don't do what?" I said, "Well, how about don't put me on that pedestal every single time, every
Right.
single little thing you say."
No,
I was like, "You're gonna
nobody
make
is
my head
perfect.
swole."
Not even our
I
tarot
know.
oracle
I
guide.
was like,
Hello, crafting Emily.
but I felt bad too. I was like, I'm sorry, but it was so cute. It was very, yeah, crafty Emily. Good to see you. Do you see what Juju wrote about you though? That was so sweet.
I did, and I also saw what Mousy wrote about me, and everybody is being so sweet. I appreciate you all, like giving me your feedback in on this journey, and I'm glad that it's actually I'm getting to the point where I trust myself to not doubt anything that I read, even if I'm wrong. It's still
Mm-hmm.
like that's just the way I see it, and I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
You know what's kind of
But,
fun to do is to keep a little tarot journal every now and then of like some spreads you do or some cards you pull,
hmm
and write down the question, write down the date, write down what your interpretation was, and then go back a couple months later, and see if your interpretation has changed. And it's so interesting to see how you will evolve if you keep reading with tarot. And that's a good way to reflect on like your growth and just like I said, your perspective from one time to the next. And then sometimes you might even have the like exact same analysis, but most of the times you'll see that it is a change. But it's just a cool way to kind of like watch your progress with tarot.
That sounds like actually a brilliant idea, and I think I do have a spare notebook or at least a notepad file that I can go ahead and start recording some of these in and do some regular readings. Maybe I'll pick a few very special people for me that I can read regularly and people that I know and see how things change in the cards as we go along. Because
Yeah,
I know I can do it
once
for
we get through
myself.
the whole deck, once we get through the whole deck, we're gonna go to spreads.
Yeah. Excellent. Because
Yes. And
I heard,
there are so many freaking spreads. I
yeah,
mean,
I have seen so many, like, when Div asked for the twin flame reading, like, that's a
mhm.
whole separate spread. The yes,
The
no readings,
horseshoe, yep.
the
The
horseshoe,
Celtic
there's a
cross.
Celtic
The
cross,
Celtic
yep.
cross is what you need to know. That is the past and then the mini Celtic cross. Or what I would do
Hmm.
is I do the compass kind of reading where you have a spirit card in
Hmm.
the center. And then there's the horseshoe, the Celtic cross, and then the little mini Celtic cross.
Hmm.
Um, there's also one called Seven Sisters. It's a
Oh,
very old school one, and it's actually it's named after some this occultist. And the spread is named after these sisters. I always forget the story about it, but there's a cool story behind that spread too. But there's quite a few, and I have an issue with spreads. I'll be honest. That's probably one of my downfalls is I have to
hmm.
force myself sometimes to do spreads, even though I don't necessarily don't like them. It's just I'm very kind of unconventional. You know that.
Oh yeah.
So, but it's important to have spreads because they give you an answer for each placement, which is can be very very revealing, especially for people who've never had a spread before. Can really find
Speaking
out so much about themselves.
speaking of spreads, T3, our good friend Shelly,
Mm-hmm.
was doing readings on Mad Cores a little while back, and I
Uh
noticed
huh.
something about the way she was reading them because she was pulling the 3 card spread the same way you normally do,
Uh huh.
but she was reading them circularly, like one card interacting with the next card interacting with the card after that, the card after, like she read the cards individually and then she kind of like read the interactive nature all the way around the circle in like a triangle. And I thought that was fascinating, like how she
Hmm.
was pulling different
Um.
types of interactive energies between the cards. Like
Well,
I
see
know this
that.
might be a little advanced, but
No, 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 no.
mm,
No, that's not at all. But so what I would say about that is it's almost like when you are shuffling. Like you know how
yeah,
sometimes I'll shuffle and wait for a jumper. You
yep,
could totally do that the same way with jumpers. You could create that spread as you go. Do you hear what I'm saying?
right,
And even do it as a story depending, like let's say someone's just asking me a random question, I'm just shuffling, but I'm drawing lots and lots and lots of cards. You could easily do it that way, or you're drawing just to see what's going on in this situation. Okay, so here's this, and then let me go on. You know what I mean? It's a
right,
different kind of a flow, I would say.
right. I was just curious about that because I noticed that
Mhm.
she didn't do it for all of them, but for a couple of them. Like she
Well,
would notice like
go ahead.
different interactions between the cards, and it would give her a completely different vibe. And then she would like explain that, and I was like, oh, that's
Kelly's a
fascinating.
sweetie.
I didn't even think about because I see that a lot too. Where when I'm doing a reading, like I'll get 2 very distinct cards like right next to each other, or sometimes 2 will jump at once, and then it's like I'll put these 2 together because they were meant to be jumping together, and they have an interaction between them that should be seen, or at least they may have.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's a whole like we have just started scratching the surface, digging into this
Yeah,
rabbit
yeah.
hole,
So I did
and
want
I
to touch
can't
on
wait
this
for.
real quick when she said I only
Hmm.
did the Celtic Cross. The Celtic
Hmm.
Cross, I feel, is by far the most important one. It's a 13 card spread. Um, it's by far the most important to
What
tarot
is the
readers,
mini? Is it,
in my opinion, huh?
I said if that's a 13 card spread, what is the mini? 7,
It's like 5 or 4,
5?
something like
Oh yeah,
that.
one, yeah,
Yeah,
one, and then
it's kind
go
of like
around
I said. Remember, I said it's similar to
the compass.
the compass spread.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh huh. It's very similar. Um, but yeah, so the Celtic the just because it's the classic, the Celtic cross is just the
Hmm.
classic. You have to know it. It's good to know it, and it gives you a lot of information on somebody individually. Um,
Gotcha.
inst- as opposed to them asking you questions, you read them without that. If that makes sense a little bit, kind of like a
Yeah, gotcha.
general reading would be, like a blind reading
Yeah.
a little bit. It'd be similar
Yep.
to that. All right, guys. So I'm going to wrap up. I will be back later. Thank you, Darth, again for being a very fantastic co host. I appreciate you. And thank you guys for being here and showing up. There will be the next class coming up next week. And tomorrow I will be live. I'll be live again tonight though as well.
Oh, so we're gonna
Um,
do the rest of the Minor
I think
Arcana
so.
next week because you did mention that potentially doing
I
a
know,
class
but
both
I
days
don't
this
want to do
weekend.
it.
Yeah, that
There,
could be a
did
lot.
I tell you why? I'll
No,
tell you
you
why
didn't,
later.
but it
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
really
we'll tell you
matter.
why later. There's a
No.
specific
All
reason.
right,
Wait, I think I did
gotcha.
tell you. I did tell
You might
you.
have.
I did. I did. I remember now. But
Okay,
anywho,
well, I might have forgotten. It's
you
been
might
a
have.
lot.
But yeah, thank you guys for showing up.
Yes, thanks
If you
everybody for coming.
and if you guys ever want a personal reading, you can email me at clumsyclairvoyance@gmail.com. I have been getting some new requests lately. Yay. But if you do want a personal reading, um, email me at clumsyclairvoyance.com, except for it's spelled different. It's
Is
spelled
that you put do you
clumsyclairvoyance.com
put your
or at
email in the
gmail.com.
description box?
It should. Oh, wait, hold on. It might not be in there right now. Hold on. Let me put it in the chat real fast. I'm all typing like an old person right now. Gmail. It's because this is when I first got this email and I never went back to fix how to
Right.
spell it. There we go. It's in there. Whoop whoop. But yeah, so if you guys ever want to schedule a personal reading, I do it through StreamYard. I'll give you a link and I create a live, but it's private, meaning only me and the person I give the link to have it. And then after your session, I can send you a copy of that link so you have it. But it never gets shown to anybody. It always stays private, unless, of course, you never want me to. But I don't do that usually because they're really personal readings. But yeah, I did
Hmm.
Miami Spices on her birthday. It was really really good, and she's such a sweetie. But
Oh yes,
yes,
for
if you
sure.
guys ever do want a personal reading, hit me up there. It's really fun to do them sometimes because I forget how much I love doing them because I've been used to doing it like this for a little while now. And I'm like, oh yeah, I
Hmm.
get a personal reading. You know, I get
I
to go like
remember
I get to
when
really jump in with someone.
yeah, I
Like yeah,
remember when you did my personal reading on stream, the one that I won from Trivia Night at the Experts, and
mm-hmm,
that was just great to see just how that was done, and so everyone else can see just how these readings specifically work.
mm-hmm.
I should have gotten my friend who does great clip work to go ahead and edit that bit out of that video and send the file so that you could have uploaded that as its own standard video of Darth Sidious's personal reading and how personal readings work. But I have to go back and dig into it. I can't even remember when I had you do that. It was quite some
Neither do
time
I.
ago.
Don't even ask me. Don't even ask
Yeah.
me to go look for that.
Oh,
Oh, don't you
I'm not
dare.
expecting you to.
Don't you freaking
If
dare
I'm
ask me to
going
go look
to
for
try
it.
to find this one clumsy, I'll find it
I'm
myself.
like,
Trust me.
don't you dare ask me to go find that shit.
I'll go dig for it myself if I really want it to be clipped out, and then I'll clip it out myself because I
And
can
then
do
send it
that.
to me. Just kidding.
Yeah, and then send it to you.
Please. Okay, guys,
No,
so we're going to end it here. I will be back later.
yep.
And thank you again, Darth, and everyone for being here.
Yes, thanks everybody for being here. Clumsy, always a pleasure. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to doing 6 through 10 next week because
Right?
the cards
And
get bigger and number
hopefully I'll
go
see
up.
you later tonight, though, too.
Oh
Hopefully you'll be
yeah, I
around.
mean, I'm assuming I will be. I'm very well rested, and I don't
Good.
see anything really super fatiguing me for the rest of the day, so I should still be wide awake.
Okay, good. Good,
Um,
good. All right, guys, so we will catch y'all later.